Hi everyone, I hope you are ready and excited to hear the true story from the Bible. Before we look at the Bible, I want to ask you a question. Do you have a favourite animal? I expect you do have one, and maybe you have more than one favourite animal. I'm going to tell you what my favourite animal is. Can you guess what animal it is? It's a rhinoceros. They are amazing animals. Look, they are big and strong and very strange looking, but I love them. Do you know who made the rhinoceros? The Bible tells us that God made everything. And that's what we're going to learn about today. Well, the Bible tells us that God created the world simply by speaking. Now, I can't make something appear out of nothing, and neither can you. But God did, and it took him just 6 days. On the first day, God simply said, "Let there be light." And there was, just like that. On the second day, God separated the sky from the water. God is very clever. He knows how important water is to life. On the third day, God created the dry land to separate all the different seas and oceans. After he had made the land, he created all the plants and the trees, all with wonderful colours and shapes and sizes and smells. On the fourth day, God created the sun and the moon and the stars. He made lots and lots and lots of stars. On the fifth day, God created all the sea creatures and the birds. He created creatures of all different shapes and colours and sizes. God is very clever. On the sixth day, God created all the animals, different shapes and sizes. Some he created very big, like this enormous elephant. And some he created very small, like this tiny mouse. And he created the rhinoceros. Now, what's missing? Any ideas? Of course, people. The final thing that God made to complete his creation was people, human beings. That's right, he made people. He made you and he made me. He made a man named Adam. And he knew that Adam shouldn't be alone. So he made a woman named Eve. God had created a perfect world, and he did it all by speaking. And God made a garden for Adam and Eve to live in. The garden was called Eden, and it was a perfect garden, full of beautiful things, trees and plants and rivers, all for Adam and Eve to enjoy. And God gave Adam and Eve the job of taking care of his good creation. God would come into the garden every day and talk with Adam and Eve. And he would walk with Adam and Eve. They had such a brilliant relationship. They were friends with God. And God said to Adam and Eve that they could eat from any tree in the garden. Any tree they wanted, they could eat from, except from one tree. That tree was out of bounds. It was called the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God said they must not eat from that tree. And if they did, that would be really bad. They would surely die. They would be separated from God, no longer friends with God. Adam and Eve needed to listen to what God was saying, and they needed to do what he was saying. And do you know how God described all that he had made? Well, in the first book of the Bible, it tells us, Genesis chapter 1, verse 31. This is what it says. It says, God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. It was good, very good. And Adam and Eve got to enjoy God's perfect world in God's good garden. You know, on the seventh day, the Bible tells us that God rested. Not because he was tired. God doesn't get tired. He was showing us the importance of rest. You know, we should say thanks to God for making us, you and me. We should say thanks to God for making such a wonderful world for us to live in and enjoy, full of wonderful things. Thanks God for making a good world.